Hey, I really appreciate the amount of support I got on my first vid and on social media, which y'all should go check out. Especially since y'all chose this video from the poll, which I put up on Insta. And once this video is up, I will put up another one for the next video. Alright, let's get to this video. So I definitely say growing up while black is an experience for sure. When I was younger, I didn't really notice much around me in a racial way since I was pretty extroverted, so I was always knew everyone in my class and talked to them all. That kind of led into me never having like per se a main group or whatever, and just being in a bunch of different groups like the nerds, my childhood friends, the lunch crew. You get the point. I only really noticed when like old white people would just like stare at me and I wouldn't know why. I'm not saying that like every person that looked at me was like racist or something, but it's like you have to know type of thing. Like you know. Anyways, childhood was nothing, but once I hit my teens and became more aware of public situations and etc., I started noticing how people were acting around me to an extent. Of course, I'm pretty oblivious half the time, and the opposite the other. Just depends on the situation or whatever. When it comes to friends, best believe I always heard like the most wild jokes ever being flung left and right. My hands aren't clean either though, to admit, yeah. It only started to get like mad annoying when like random white dudes would chase me down to tell me some race joke, and wouldn't get the hint when I'm like looking at them straight face. But when it was peak though, it was like senior year, the whole friend group used to make the most racist African jokes to this one dude. I'ma call him Finn. It'll be some like he was coming into class wearing all black, and they'd be like, "Bro, why don't you got any clothes on today?" Or how bro was lacking a lot of water, something like that, you know. In college, now I hear it left and right every day. While it could get sometimes a little too much, it's usually pretty funny. Or my humor is just stupid. I just remember earlier memories when I used to be in my grandma's neighborhood and would play with all my neighbors. We would be outside like every day, and guess who didn't like that? My grandma, of course. She would always complain about how dark I was getting, and when I had my glasses, you could see a literal outline of the tan I was getting on my face. So that led into me being cooped up inside my grandma's house, which was mad boring. But on a completely unrelated note, I was typing like most of the script in class, because last night watching Berlizzi and trying to type a script is not the best idea. Not focus, whatsoever, I mean. I don't know why I put this here, I was just bored in class. Anyways, my mom is a pretty cautious person, which often led to me not being able to hang out with my friends a lot of the time or do other stuff that everyone else I knew was doing, which kind of made me resentful for like a hot minute, but I got over it. When I started driving, she was worried that I'm gonna get pulled over and popped in the head or something like that, you know. Which now, looking back, she should have been more worried about people ramming into my car, which I'm still pissed about my car getting totaled, but that's a whole story in itself. I think all of this is most prevalent in my family though. I got cousins that shoot each other over the same girl, crackheads that kept going till death, scammers in my family stealing each other's money, family members drugging each other and killing them. I don't think it's completely race related, but it's in the equation somewhere, you know. Most of my family is from Michigan, but that's where I was born, and I have a good amount that also live in Ohio, Florida, and Cali. While I was born in Michigan, I have lived in Ohio since I was like 2, but I still prioritize my loyalty to Michigan. High school wasn't like going crazy because I was black or anything. It's mostly just like race jokes and you know the usual. But in college, for sure, it's different. Being at a mostly conservative campus, you can probably guess what could happen. My personal experiences have just been like me riding on my bike with old racist people yelling at me or flicking me off. Stuff like that happens occasionally, but it doesn't bother me much. Not like in a way that it doesn't matter, but just in a way it doesn't affect me really. The college itself has been through a good amount of controversies though that involve race. Whether it's like sorority drama or the bar is doing way too much for some little or whatever. I can of course gladly slay. I'm proud to be black though, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I definitely wish I made a lot of different decisions in my life though, but you live, you learn. Most of the time you can keep making the same mistake, or most of the time you can keep making the same mistake over and over and over, and yeah, we can leave it at that. Don't worry about that. Alright, so for the ending, I hope y'all enjoyed the video and that I didn't rant too much. Unless y'all like that, let me know down in the comments so I can know, and any other improvements you would like to tell me. That isn't the animation, of course. I know that I'm not like the best drawer in the world, but I'm gonna get better at it over time. Just give me time. And speaking of ranting, would y'all like to have me post some rant videos, just like me talking with no script? Of course, with still the animation and all that, but like just no script, off the dome, with some editing. I don't want to sound like mad awkward in the video. But finally, make sure y'all like the video if you found it enjoyable, subscribe and hit that bell so y'all can know when my next post is up. I'm gonna try to have this going weekly, maybe on like Thursdays or Fridays, something like that, if I can. But with college homework and all that, no guarantees, but I'll make sure it comes out, of course. I'm not giving up on y'all. See ya.